really the only player that you can definitively say is playing better basketball than Caitlin Clark over the last 2 months is A'ja Wilson. It actually reminds me of the early 2010s with LeBron and Steph. LeBron was just this clear-cut best player in the world and so incredibly physically dominant, and no one in the league could guard him and was just kind of running things. But there's this up-and-coming guard that is cutting everybody up and playing a really unique style. And, in terms of overall kind of impact, it's starting to inch closely to that level of impact that LeBron had. And obviously those two ended up having an incredible rivalry in the middle of the 2010s. Now it remains to be seen if Clark and the Fever can do that with A'ja Wilson and the Aces, but it just kind of reminds me in a similar way to that dynamic that we had in the early 2010s over in the...
Did you see the ticket prices for Caitlin Clark's jersey retirement game? One seat is going for $8,800. That's the most expensive ticket ever for a women's basketball event. Even the cheapest seats are $711. Fans are going crazy over this, and it's shaping up to be a game to watch if you're a basketball fan.
Knew she was being recorded, knew it would get out there, and it was, because I think this was a year ago, and it's gone viral now this week. But to me, it was a message being sent to Caitlin Clark of like, you want to come into our league, this is how you need to be. And I think it's a message to Nike. Again, as I talked about last week, based off the Ethan Strauss deal, A'ja Wilson has a signature shoe and logo with Nike. No one's going to buy her shoe. No one cares. But Nike's bending over backwards trying to please A'ja Wilson and Don Staley and the whole BLM crowd we got to promote A'ja first. And so there's a mindset that A'ja has to adopt to justify getting treatment she knows she doesn't deserve. She doesn't play. She's the Tim Duncan of...
Here's the wild part. A'ja Wilson, who's an Olympic gold medalist, is also getting her jersey retired the same day. But her ticket prices? Way lower. While Caitlin Clark's tickets are going for thousands, you can snag a seat for Wilson's event for just $64. The price gap is crazy. It's hard to believe they're happening on the same day. What's going on here? Why is everyone so hyped about Caitlin Clark? Let's break it down.
Who gets to start? And the winner is... Oh, me?
She's not just crushing it on the court, she's stealing the spotlight everywhere.
Wide rank WNBA players, A'ja Wilson.
I'm going 1.
I'm going to put A'ja 2. I'm holding my 1 spot.
Kelsey Plum.
I'm going to put her 4.
I think I'll go 4 too.
Brianna Stewart.
Bree, she's going 2.
I'm really scared of who's left, though. That's my only issue. Okay, let's put Brianna 3.
Caitlin Clark. That's going to be your 1?
I have to put her 1.
She hasn't played a minute.
I know she hasn't.
She hasn't played a minute.
I know she hasn't, but these teams have never sold out their season tickets ever in the history of the WNBA. We have never had 2 million people watch the WNBA draft in the history of the WNBA. They're watching it for her. And it's totally fair to not put her 1, but that's my reasoning.
She is capable of carrying that very heavy burden. I'm putting her at 5.
Final 1.
It better not be.
Diana
Taurasi. I knew it. I want to preface this with Diana Taurasi is one of the GOATs, if not the GOAT of the WNBA period.
She's not your number 1, so I don't believe she is.
Iowa is retiring her iconic number 22 jersey at Carver Hawkeye Arena, and fans are going wild. The craziest part? Her ticket prices are higher than any WNBA players. Even stars like Sabrina Ionescu, A'ja Wilson, and Angel Reese. That's next level star power. These ticket prices are insane. $8,000 for a single seat. That's more than some NBA Finals tickets. Can you believe it? A college women's basketball game is actually more expensive than one of the biggest events in men's professional basketball. Unreal. That's more than what a lot of fans spend on an entire season of tickets to see their team play. People are clearly willing to pay big bucks just to see Caitlin Clark's jersey go up in the arena. It's crazy how much excitement she's generating. You might be thinking, is this for real? And yep, it totally is. Fans are going wild trying to grab tickets. It's like a stock market rush, but all about Caitlin Clark. The game isn't until February 2nd, 2025, more than a year away. Yet people are already freaking out. Just imagine how how crazy it's going to get as the date gets closer. One fan put it perfectly on social media. One fan put it perfectly, "This is about making history." Some experts are even comparing Caitlin Clark's impact on women's basketball to what Michael Jordan did for the NBA. That's huge. No wonder Sport Pro ranked her as the 4th most marketable athlete in the world. She's not just playing the game, she's completely changing it. Think about it. When was the last time women's basketball tickets were this in demand? The WNBA Finals, the biggest event in women's pro basketball, had tickets around $1,200. And here's Caitlin Clark, just a year into her WNBA career, already pushing those prices way higher like it's nothing. This is the Caitlin Clark effect at its best. She's creating a whole new level of excitement off the court. Fans aren't just buying tickets, they're investing in a moment of sports history. They want to say, "I was there when Caitlin Clark's jersey was retired." And just when you think her influence can't get any bigger, there's a twist. Another basketball star will have her jersey retired on February 2nd, 2025. Can you guess who it is? Here's a hint. She's an Olympic champ and has a WNBA title. It's Aja Wilson, the legend from South Carolina. You'd think Aja Wilson's jersey retirement would get just as much excitement as Caitlin Clark's, right? But the numbers tell a different story, and fans aren't happy about it. The ticket prices for their ceremonies are way off, with Clark's tickets way more expensive than Wilson's. It's got a lot of supporters frustrated, wondering why there's such a huge price gap. Did you see the ticket prices? Aja Wilson's fans only need to pay $64 for a seat, while Caitlin Clark started at an eye-popping $522. The most expensive ticket for Aja Wilson's ceremony is just $700, more than 8 times cheaper than Clark's top ticket price. The difference is crazy. This huge difference in ticket prices is causing some real tension between the fan bases. Aja Wilson's supporters feel like they're getting overshadowed. Can you blame them? They're watching their champion's big day get lost in all the buzz around Clark. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark's fans are so focused on being part of her historic moment that they're not even batting an eye at those crazy prices. This price gap is sparking some big conversations about recognition in women's sports. Aja Wilson's fans are pointing out her incredible accomplishments and asking why her ceremony isn't getting as much attention. On the other hand, Caitlin Clark's supporters argue that she's changing the game for women's basketball, bringing in new fans and giving the sport a bigger spotlight. Social media is buzzing with talks about this situation. Aja Wilson's fans are upset, feeling like she's not getting the recognition she deserves, while Caitlin Clark's supporters see the high ticket prices as proof of how much she's changing the game. But here's something to consider. Could this actually benefit women's basketball overall? We have 2 amazing athletes being honored on the same day. We're witnessing record-breaking ticket prices for a women's sports event, and most importantly, people are discussing women's basketball like never before. Caitlin Clark seems to be handling all the attention gracefully, as she puts it. So what do you think? Is this difference in ticket prices fair? Does it reflect Clark's amazing influence, or is it overshadowing other talented players?